titled "I'm Stuck in a Relationship That Is Not You."
I'm in you. On those things.
Do you think you'll ever get back together? Is that a hope for you? Do you think that could happen?
Maybe.
Did Justin Bieber just admit on live stream that his heart is still somewhere it doesn't belong while married to Hailey Bieber? Because what happened next sent the internet into full meltdown. An unreleased song, emotional lyrics, a whispered name fans swear they heard, and a moment that didn't feel like a performance, it felt like a confession. Viewers weren't just watching a singer rehearse. They were watching a married man unravel in real time. And the lyrics? They weren't vague. They weren't carefully worded. They sounded like something ripped straight from a private breakdown, not a studio session. People started asking the same uncomfortable question over and over. If Justin is truly happy where he is, why does it sound like he's still living in the past? And once you see what he sang, when he sang it, and two fans believe it was really about, you'll understand why people aren't calling this drama anymore. They're calling it something else entirely.
The moment that set everything off happened during what was supposed to be a casual live stream. No big announcement, no rollout, just Justin sitting in a dim room with a guitar late at night, looking exhausted and emotional in a way fans immediately recognized. Then he started singing an unreleased song. Not an old throwaway track, not something from his teenage years. This was rumored to be part of his current album era, meaning this wasn't nostalgia, this was recent, raw, present tense emotion. And the lyrics, they weren't subtle. I'm stuck in a relationship that is not you. That's the line that froze people in their tracks. Because you don't sing something like that by accident. You don't casually perform lyrics like that when you're married. And you definitely don't do it live in front of thousands of people unless something inside you is already breaking. As the song continued, it only got heavier. My heart can't take it, my bones can't take it, my bedroom's aching, and I'm lost without you. At that point, fans weren't even reacting like this was music anymore. It felt like watching someone crap open in real time. And then it happened. Right in the middle of the performance, as his voice wavered, Justin lowered his head and quietly whispered something. The clip was messy, hard to hear, but when fans replayed it again and again and again, one name kept coming up. People swear he said Selena. The internet slowed the video down, boosted the audio, put on headphones, and suddenly everyone thought they heard the same thing. And if that whisper really was her name, then this wasn't just a sad song. It was a message.
Now, here's where it stops sounding like coincidence and starts feeling intentional. Because fans didn't just randomly connect the song to Selena Gomez. There's a history here, a loud one. Justin has literally admitted in the past that some of the biggest heartbreak songs were inspired by her. Songs like Sorry, What Do You Mean, and Mark My Words weren't just general relationship tracks. He said himself they came from that chapter of his life. So when this mystery song dropped with lines like, I'm lost without you, and Do I exist to love you, people immediately went back to the one person who defined his emotional era, Selena. And then there was that whisper. That moment alone had turned this from a sad married man singing into something is not right. Because fans didn't just imagine this in their heads. Thousands of people slowed the clip down frame by frame, and almost everyone heard the same thing. A breathy, quiet word that didn't sound like part of the song. It sounded personal. And here's the part nobody can ignore. Justin wasn't calm. He wasn't composed. His voice wobbled more with every lyric. His eyes looked heavy. And at one point, he even referenced being 18 again. 18! You don't just pick that number randomly. That was peak Justin and Selena era, the height of their public relationship, paparazzi days, breakups and makeups, obsession-level fandom. If it was thinking about the present, why bring up that time? That detail alone made fans feel like he wasn't talking about love in general. He was talking about someone specific. And when you put it all together, the lyrics, the emotion, the whisper, the age reference, it stopped feeling like music and started feeling like memory bleeding into reality. But that only made one question louder. If this wasn't just a song, then what does that say about the marriage he's in right now?
And this is exactly why the internet didn't brush this off as just another sad song. Because Justin isn't single. He isn't freshly heartbroken. He's married. He's built a life. And that's what made this live stream moment feel uncomfortable, almost wrong. For years, the public narrative has been clear. Justin moved on. He married Hailey. New chapter, new version of himself. And whether people liked that story or not, it was the one everyone eventually accepted. Until now. Because when a married man goes live and sings about being stuck in a relationship that's not you, people don't hear art. They hear regret. And that's when the sympathy for Hailey came flooding in. Fans immediately started asking uncomfortable questions. How does she sit through this? How does she watch her husband cry on camera about a love that isn't her? And how long has this been going on privately if it finally spilled out publicly like this? People also remembered something else. This wasn't the first time Crocs were rumored. For a while now, there have been quiet whispers that their relationship hasn't been as smooth as it looks on Instagram. Separate appearances, solo outings, tension caught on camera, and sometimes silence where public support used to be loud. Then there was one detail that sent everything over the edge. Hailey was recently spotted without her wedding ring. Not once, twice. Same day, same energy, no explanation. And in the celebrity world, that's never nothing. Suddenly, the song didn't feel random anymore. The emotions made sense, the timing felt suspicious, and fans started connecting dots that nobody wanted to admit were even there. It began to look less like an isolated moment and more like a leak in a dam that had been holding pressure for years. And right, when people thought this couldn't get more uncomfortable, Justin made it worse. Instead of calming anything down, Justin did the exact opposite. After the live stream blew up, people expected one of two things: clarification or silence. What they didn't expect was attitude. Because while fans were spiraling, screenshots were flying, and theories were everywhere, Justin posted a selfie online flipping the middle finger straight into the camera. No caption, no explanation, just defiance. And that single image spoke louder than any statement ever could. To some fans, it looked like he was saying, mind your business. To others, it felt like confirmation that something deeper was going on. Because let's be real, if nothing serious had happened, why escalate it like that? Then people started noticing another pattern. Justin had been showing up everywhere, alone. Red carpet events, industry parties, album celebrations, birthday gatherings, and again, Hailey wasn't there. Now, that doesn't automatically mean anything is wrong. Couples don't have to go everywhere together. But when put next to the live stream, the lyrics, and the ringless photos, it didn't feel random anymore. Rumors suggest the distance had been building for months. Fans noticed Justin stopped posting Hailey like he used to. Interviews became vague. Energy felt different. And when even seen out, he looked more withdrawn than usual. Not the carefree newlywed image people once believed in. Some reports online even claimed things between them were not good behind the scenes. Again, unverified. But once a story like that hits the internet, it takes on a life of its own. And the live stream only lit the match. Because it's one thing to hear rumors. It's another to hear a married man say about being emotionally stuck somewhere he doesn't want to be. And that's when the story flipped from musician having a moment to this might actually be a marriage unraveling in public. But then, just as everyone was focused on Justin and Hailey, the universe added one last twist. Because while one side looked like heartbreak, the other side looked like peace.
Because while Justin looked like he was drowning in the past, Selena looked like she had finally escaped it. No sadness, no cryptic posts, no emotional speeches, just peace. While all this chaos was exploding on Justin's side of the internet, Selena was busy doing something completely different. Living her life, quietly, softly, and according to fans, happier than she's ever looked. She wasn't clapping back, she wasn't shading, she wasn't engaging with a single rumor. Instead, she was glowing. Recent photos of her with Benny Blanco had people frozen. There was no drama energy, no forced smiles, no performative love, just warm body language, effortless laughter, a kind of calm that people only have when they're done fighting old feelings. They've been showing up together in a way that feels real, not flashy, not staged, just two people clearly choosing each other. And fans notice something else. Selena doesn't post pain anymore. No sad quotes, no emotional spirals, no accidental heartbreak songs. It's like she closed the door and didn't even bother to look back. And that contrast, that's what really shook people. Because on one side, you have a man singing about being lost without someone from his past. And on the other, you have a woman who looks like she finally found peace by letting that same past go. Which made one thing painfully clear. Whether the song was about her or not, Selena isn't in the same emotional place anymore. She moved forward. And if Justin is still living somewhere emotionally that she already left, and whatever he feels now, it's too late.
And that's where this whole situation stops being gossip and starts feeling personal. Because if Justin really is still haunted by the past, this live stream didn't just expose old feelings, it exposed something much bigger, a gap between where he is in life and where his heart might still be stuck. It also put Hailey in an impossible position. No one signs up to compete with a memory. No one wants to live in the shadow of a love story that never fully died in the public's eyes. And yet, that's exactly the role the internet keeps forcing her into. Every like, every song, every old clip brought back to life, it all lands on her whether she asked for it or not. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Even if the rumors are wrong, even if the whisper wasn't a name, even if the song wasn't about Selena, the damage still happened. Because perception becomes reality on the internet. And once a story like this gets out, you can't unsing it. You can't unhear it, and you definitely can't pretend people didn't feel something real while watching it. This wasn't just about lyrics. This was about vulnerability in the wrong moment, emotion in the worst timing, and a past that refuses to stay buried. And now the world is watching Hailey, waiting. Will she respond? Will she post? Will she stay silent? Or finally speak? Because silence can be loud too. As for Selena, she's not looking back. And maybe that's what hurts the most. Not rejection, not drama, but the quiet reality that someone you never fully let go of already let go of you. And that leaves us with one final question. Was this just a song? Or did Justin Bieber just think out loud what he's been trying to hide for years?
And this is where the story stops being about fans and starts being about real people's lives. Because whether the song was actually about Selena or not, the emotions were real. You could hear it in his voice. You could see it in his face. Something inside Justin cracked that night. And once something breaks in public, you can't glue it back together privately. Even if the rumors are wrong. Even if the whisper wasn't her name. Even if the lyrics were just artistic expression. The moment still happened, and moments like that don't just disappear. They change things. They shift how people look at a marriage. They rewrite what fans believe.
And they leave questions that don't go away just because no one answers them. While Justin looks stuck in yesterday, Selena looks like she finally found tomorrow. And Hailey, she's standing in the middle of a story she didn't write, but somehow always pays for. So now the world is watching. Not for another song, not for another live stream, not even for another rumor. They're watching for a decision. Because if Justin really let his heart slip on camera, then this wasn't just a performance. It was a warning. And the only question left is, was this the beginning of the end? Or just the start of something no one can undo?